This original WSRE presentation is made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.
Welcome to Pensacola State Today. Coming up, the State of the College with Pensacola State College President Dr. Ed Meadows. And later in the program, summer break is upon us, but Kids College is in session. We'll learn all about it. Plus, it's never too late to stop learning. We'll find out all about Pensacola State College's robust continuing education program. We begin by looking at the state of the college, and we are joined by Pensacola State College President Dr. Ed Meadows. Dr. Meadows, welcome.
Glad to be here, Sherri.
Always a pleasure to have you on. I'm so incredibly amazed by all of the things going on right here in our community at Pensacola State College, and so I look forward to you telling us and the viewers what the latest news is from here.
Well, I'm anxious to get started.
Yeah, well, let's get right to it. So, the state of the college.
Well, a lot of good things have happened for students as of late and the college. For example, in the legislature this past year, House Bill 75 approved a military assistance bill. This military assistance bill allows the Florida college system to waive fees for active military, which means that we are now more competitive with out-of-state universities that actually charge more tuition but charge no fees. And so the military reimbursement back to the actual individual does not only covers tuition. So by our being allowed to waive fees, that means that military personnel can take our programs without having to worry about their out-of-pocket expense of fees that would not be reimbursed by the military. So we're really excited about the opportunity for not only the military to take our courseworks, but also our opportunity to offer a quality education at a very low cost to our military along the Khaki Coast.
Wow, that's a really big deal. I mean, that's got to be a fantastic opportunity. You used the word several times for our military people. I would imagine a lot more people will be coming to campus as a result of that.
Yeah, I think so. We currently have almost 19% of our total enrollment is military related. They're either active military or active military dependents or veterans and veteran dependents. So it's very important to us to serve our veterans and our active military. And so this, in the wisdom of the legislature, has just helped us make sure that we have that opportunity and they have that opportunity to get reimbursed for tuition without out-of-pocket expenses. Other things that are happening at the college, our Vet Tech program just received full national accreditation.
Great.
And Sarah Peterson, our program coordinator, is just elated over that, and we are too. Everybody at the Warrenton campus has worked very, very hard to make sure that we achieve that national accreditation, because that speaks to the quality of the program. We have almost a 96% pass rate in our Vet Tech program. So there's an abundance of jobs out there for students that are interested in being a technician in a veterinary office. It's a wonderful career.
So many people love animals and love their pets, and more people are opening those kinds of offices. So I imagine the demand would be great for that.
I think so. Our holiday experience this coming December, which is a long way away, is actually going to be held at the Warrenton campus, where we'll highlight our Mary Eckel Smart Simulation Center, as well as the Vet Tech program, and our other health science programs and nursing. And of course, our baccalaureate degree in nursing has dual national accreditation. We have 14 programs, primarily all at the Warrenton campus in health science and nursing and the Vet Tech, that are nationally accredited. And that's very, very important, particularly like in dental hygiene, where we have an agreement with the Navy where they muster out the Navy personnel that want to be dental hygienists, and then once they finish their degree with us in the pinning ceremony, they're actually inducted back into the military. And so being nationally accredited allows us to have that partnership with the military. Again, that military connection, but also in the local community. And many of our students, they stay in the local area, but particularly in the military, they're spread all over the globe.
Sure, and so that national accreditation really is important. Moving on to, you were mentioning a truck driver certificate?
Training program.
Right?
Governor Scott had a special grant opportunity for workforce development, and we received a very nice award from the governor's office to enhance our cybersecurity and our advanced technology programs, but also start a truck driver training program. And there's unlimited opportunities for employment in both over-the-road, long haul, and short haul, local haul. So if someone wanted a truck driver training career that pays very well with a reputable company, if they didn't want to travel long distances, there's plenty of opportunities locally for local drivers as well. So we're looking to start that program in this upcoming academic year, and it will be a good addition to our vocational programs at Pensacola State.
If somebody wants a vocation, as you said, there's just a plethora to choose from. And speaking of different areas, advertising, got some big awards there, some Addies?
Well, our graphic design, visual arts program, photography, and graphic design programs, they compete every year in what's called the Addy Awards. And this year we won a tremendous amount of local awards, as we do every year. And that qualifies our students to compete at the regional level. And this year we just finished regionals, and 2 students won gold medals at the regionals, which qualifies them to compete at the national level. And we've actually had national gold winners in recent past years, as well as a silver at the national level. And that's kind of an unheard of thing, to be able to go to nationals and win at the national level with gold and silver. So we're excited that we're going to have 2 students going to nationals to compete for a medal. And again, that speaks to the quality of our faculty, the quality of our facilities, and of course, the dedication of our students to excellence. And speaking of visual arts, that's what we're on with the Addy Awards. We just opened the Charles W. Lamar Studio Gallery. It's a wonderful addition. We were able to construct this building with a $1 million gift from the Switzers, Bailey and Lamar family. And they wish to name it after Charles W. Lamar, who was the founding partner with, or one of the founding partners with Lamar Advertising. We have art on display there now, and it is open to the public, and so we invite all to come by and see the facility and the art that's there.
Lots of different exhibits going on, and are you starting to get the word out and the public starting to know that it's available?
I think so. We're actually going to have some international artists that will be showing in this coming year and the coming years because we are seeking accreditation for the art gallery itself, and to meet those requirements at the national level for accreditation, that allows us to bring in artists that are internationally and nationally known.
That's exciting. So much going on. Well, we always enjoy hearing about the state of the college. Any last words? We're just out of time right here.
Well, we're going to be building a new wellness facility on the Pensacola campus, and it's a 10,000 square foot facility that will be taken out of the old bars building, which we hope to replace in the next year or 2. And so it's going to be state-of-the-art exercise for students and faculty, and actually the community can enroll as well for a very small, reasonable fee.
That's great. Well, we'll hear more about that, I'm
Yes,
sure, in a future segment. So thank you, Dr. Meadows. When we come back in our next segment, school may be out for the summer, but Kids College is in session. And as I said, it's never too late to stop learning. Discover Pensacola State's continuing education program. Right back after this brief break, this is Pensacola State Today on WSRE TV, PBS for the Gulf Coast. While summer is often thought of as a time to take a break from school, well, it's not necessarily a time to take a break from learning. For the youngsters, Pensacola State's Kids College is an excellent option. And for the rest of us, Pensacola State's continuing education programs have long provided an avenue for us to sharpen our skills or even learn something new. We are joined now by Michael Listau, the coordinator of Recreation and Leisure with PSC's Continuing Education Department, and Aquatics Coordinator Kay Miller. So thank you both and welcome. And I'm going to start with ladies first, and I'm going to ask Kay to just tell us a little bit about yourself and your association with PSC.
Well, I've been teaching the water exercise here for quite a while, and I manage the pool. Have been doing that for about 14, 15 years.
Right.
Yeah. Dottie Whitcomb was before me, and she asked me if I would be interested in doing the job, and I said, I don't know. How do I get lifeguards, Dottie?
Right.
And she said, oh, the good Lord just sends them to you.
And has that been the case?
And that's been the case. That's right.
So, I knew Dottie, so followed in some great footsteps, and here you are today. I hear you're just a fixture at the pool. You're there all the time.
That's right. I live there.
You must love it.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
And that's kind of nice to have a job that it's your passion.
Very nice. It's everything, isn't it? Yeah, that's wonderful. Michael, you've been here a while, and how did you get involved? And tell us about yourself and your involvement.
And I'll say with Kay too, Kay brings a very interesting perspective because she teaches in both our continuing education area and kids college program. Yeah, so she kind of pulls double duty with our programs, and very appreciative of the work that she does. As far as my story at the college, I started in a different position, but had the chance to move over about 3 years ago. And
has it been that long?
It's been 3 years, and it is, we're the fun department. We are the recreation and leisure courses that we touch all ages, and just as Kay reflected in her experience, it's a fun job. And we touch a lot of people in our community, so it definitely is a good place to work, and we enjoy coming every day.
It does sound like fun, and let's talk about continuing education. I know I personally look forward to getting the booklet in the mail and seeing what I could possibly go take and learn. And,
sure.
And it's a great resource for the community.
Sure. It is, and it's, with that booklet, it changes each term with, we have fall, summer, and spring course offerings. And kind of the neat, component of our courses is that really each term we reinvent. We offer courses that people or our students have told us they're interested in taking. Kay does that similar with her pool courses, and at the same time, we're always looking for new instructors, and we're looking for new areas that are general interest to the community. So what our program touches is it touches Kids College, which is a significant summer program. It touches recreation and leisure courses as far as hobbies, general interests. So if somebody wants to learn a foreign language, if they want to learn an art skill, if they want to learn, a dance, new type of dancing, we have courses for that. We have our aquatics program, and then we additionally have some fitness center courses that people can take, really just based on their own needs and interests and, what they want to achieve for their personal goals.
And Kids College, you touched on that a little bit, but tell us a little bit more about Kids College.
Well, at the pool, well, first of all, we have ages. The ages are 6 to 12, and they're broken up into 6 to 8, 8 to 10. Some of the kids stay with us all summer. We'll have they're in the like an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old, could be with us all summer.
So the parent will bring them, and do they sign up for different
Yes.
classes, kind of like you would in college?
Just like you would in college, right? And swimming is just one of them, But swimming is one of the popular ones, They come, and what we do, we try to get them swimming better, teach them how to swim, every day that they're there.
What's the key to that? Because I can remember as a child being scared at swimming lessons.
We get that.
Yeah, right. And I can remember instructors that weren't all that nice about it. And so I would imagine that a big smile like yours would help put someone at ease.
Yeah, you have to make friends, and you have to develop a trust with the child, so that they will go ahead and go with you and to get in the water and do. And
One of the things as a parent in town, I always wondered about having that many kids under your charge, and some of us parents are so worried about our kids being safe every minute. And so how do you accomplish that?
Well, we have, I have people. I have to have enough people. They are lifeguards and instructors in the class with them, so that we've got eyes on everybody. Take care of how many we've got. Count heads all the time, and just watch where they are, what they're doing,
Big job.
And I can add to, the rest of our program. We do hire primarily school district employee staff, okay? So these are primarily full-time teachers. The program is entering its 28th year. Our current director has done it, this will be his 25th year. So he has been around for quite some time. This past summer, he actually had a grandson of somebody somebody that went through, the program as a parent, and that he recognized.
Now, he is a coach during the
He is.
Right? Okay.
But, just as Kay mentioned, children are monitored at all times. All of the check-in, check-out process, that happens in one location. There's full-time staff that is monitoring that process. We also partner with a teen volunteer agency, Chain Reaction, here locally, that provides us approximately 60 to 70 volunteers to help us monitor the children in classes.
Additional eyes and
additional eyes. So it's again that drop-off, that pickup period, the transition periods. In the classroom, while they're eating lunch, they are supervised at all times. And these are, individuals that have worked in the school district as teachers, as school district employees, that, are primarily, functioned or tasked with monitoring children the rest of the year. So parents can rest assured that the children on our program will be monitored all times.
Sounds very reassuring. I mean, it sounds like it's down to a science.
I hope so, because they do have a good time. They come and they have a good time. They make friends.
Absolutely.
And that's important too.
That must be a fun part of your job,
It is.
seeing the interaction
It
and then
is.
having those youngsters around all the time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's fun.
Miss
In the
Kay to so
summertime.
many. Yeah. Well, we've got so much more to talk about with this, and we'll go over maybe some of the course offerings and some other things. We'll continue our discussion about Pensacola State College's continuing education program and Kids College in just a few moments. You're watching Pensacola State Today. Welcome back. We're visiting with Aquatics Coordinator Kay Miller and Michael Listau, the Recreation and Leisure Coordinator with PSC's Continuing Education Department. We're discussing Kids College and PSC's Continuing Education Program. And so thanks again to both of you for being here. We were talking about Kids College. Let's kind of maybe wrap that up. It's gotten a lot of recognition.
It has. For the past 2 years, we actually were voted by In Weekly as being best of the coast. So that compares us with other summer programs here locally, and we have received that recognition. You know what, and kind of what this leads into is what differentiates this from other programs in our area. Our program has the safety aspect that I mentioned earlier, along with options to students. They pick their schedule, similar to what college students do, and you know the courses take place in various locations across campus. Some of our instructors are even college professors, so there's a strong education component to our courses. We have STEM options for people that are interested in coding, some video game design courses. We have aquatics offerings like we touched on earlier, sports. You know, the student really does pick the courses they want, and they decide, you know, as far as this is what my schedule is going to look like for the week or for the summer, and just giving them the opportunity to do that simulates an environment that I think the children feel like they're a little bit more grown up for that time. So.
I think that sounds just awesome. And then Kay, I would imagine that would translate to later years then too. You're doing this, you're learning about it, having fun and wanting to continue.
Yes. That's right. That's right. And of course they're learning to swim or getting their swimming better, you know, so that they can enjoy the swimming. Because we live in an area that has water all around. So swimming lessons are important.
Very important.
That they got to.
So make it fun and make it safe and get the kids in here. And then they can have fun the rest of the summer too. And it's from early in the morning till late in the afternoon if you choose that way for working parents?
It is. Drop-off starts at 7 a.m.
Oh.
And then we have courses that run all the way up until 5, and then 5:30 is the pickup time as far as the last child needs to be picked up.
And can you do a shorter schedule than that if you choose?
You can. So all of our courses are broken out, so they can stay for one class, they can stay for 2 classes, is it just whatever option the student and the parent decides, we have an option for them.
That's great. Well, and in addition to Kids College, we've been talking about continuing education, and I know that you're, again, as we said, at the pool quite a lot, and you teach some different water courses for adults.
Yes, we got the water exercise. We call that aqua dynamics, and we have some really good. It's exercise in the water, which is really good and better for you than running and other exercises because of your impact. Okay.
Sure. Well, you're cushioned, right, while you're exercising.
Right. So it appeals to a lot of people, especially the people. I guess our average would be about 60 years old. In the 60s would be an average age for who's coming to the pool. At nighttime, I have working mothers, working people, working women, mostly women. Some men come too with their wives, and
That's exciting. Well, and you know, I would think that more and more people are learning that what they do when they're 30 and 40 affects what they do when they're 60. So I bet you that age is going to start dropping as some of these marathon runners and others
And
realize.
we also have the swimming, of course, lap swimming. We've got people that come in the mornings at 5:30 and swim before they go to work, and that's good.
What about somebody who kind of sort of learned to swim when they were young and can, you know, dog paddle and do all that good stuff? Should they be intimidated to come and ask for adult swimming lessons?
Oh no, we have adult swim lessons, by the way, and that's and the instructor that we have is very good and gets people started swimming. Much older than you would think. You know,
at any age.
At any age, that's right.
And you mentioned you've got somebody that comes that's even a little older than some of us.
Yes, right. I have, and that's for our swimming in the morning. She comes at 5:30. Will be 95 this July, and she holds national records. She can outswim a lot of people that are half her age.
That's amazing. Well, I understand Kay's got quite the resume as well.
Well,
Yes, she does. We're very lucky to have her.
Thank you, Mike.
What about some of the other classes? You mentioned, I love that you listen to the community and you say, what should we offer? And then you find people to teach those classes. So let's
Right.
talk about that a little bit more.
Sure. And kind of expanding too on what Kay mentioned, what differentiates our program from others in the area is we really serve everybody. We do preschool swim courses, mommy and me swim classes that can have 6 months old all the way up to people that are in their 90s.
Right.
And that's a really neat thing. So with that, again, there's not an age limit on our course. And it's just, again, we base it on the general interests and the feedback we get from
Yeah.
students.
We also offer individual private lessons
We do.
as well.
Right.
For swimming, of course, but also some other things
Right.
as well.
Right.
Mike?
So if somebody takes one of our courses and decides that they want more instruction on it, there's the option to get that, one-on-one private instruction to expand, whatever area they're looking for. And a lot of times what I'll have is I'll have students contact me and say, that they want to learn German, for instance. Then we kind of contact our instructors, and the instructors will work out a schedule with, that student. So really, our area is all about serving, the community and the needs of the students and listening to the community in order to, provide those options.
What a great resource for the community. And I know my high school daughter took an online continuing education course in adult fiction writing or something.
And that brings a good point. We do have online options. We also do a variety of state mandated courses. For instance, we have a motorcycle safety course where they could get their motorcycle endorsement. Driver improvement courses, if somebody gets a ticket, they can reduce, either the fine or the points. We also do a guardianship education course, so people that are caregivers, they can take our course and get the certificate that they need in order to be a caregiver.
Sure. We are about out of time. We've got about a minute. I want to wrap it up by letting people know how they can get involved, how they can sign up.
Sure. We have 3 different options. We have in-person registration. We have by mail, or they can register online. The main thing is contact our staff, Kay, myself, our office. Our contact information is 850-484-1797.
And we'll put that up on the screen.
And we can put you in touch with, what we can find a class that you need.
Sounds
and come
great.
by and see me.
Absolutely. There's
right.
something about being here on campus. That's a great thing.
Right.
Oh, thank you, Kay and Michael. I wish we had more time. Thank you earlier to Dr. Ed Meadows, who was telling us earlier in the program about the state of the college. And I'm Sherri Hemminghaus Weeks. We sure thank you for watching. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you again next time on Pensacola State Today.